Hey guys, Michael here. Today, I found out something really disturbing about the stimulus checks. I found out that 10 million, 100 million, multi-billion dollar companies are receiving stimulus money from the governments when people like you and I are struggling to get our $1,200 stimulus check. So companies like Ruth Chris received $20 million from the government and they gave it back. Then Shake Shack, they received $10 million from the government. Then they gave it back. And now the LA Lakers, one of the richest basketball teams in the world, received $4.6 million in stimulus money. And then they gave it back. So why are these companies applying for money, getting it, and then giving it back? You may be thinking, well, it's a good PR move, then they can give the money back and they're doing good for their community. Possibly. You may think, well, they just applied for the money because they were able to and they were eligible, so they might as well. It's possible too. But I don't think that's the real reason why these multi-million and billion-dollar companies are receiving stimulus money from the governments and why they're applying for the money in the first place. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this situation and explain exactly why these companies are getting the stimulus money, why they're eligible to receive it, and what's exactly going on. Before we get started, if you're someone who's interested in the stock market, in the news, and how to make money in general, well then please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when new videos come out. Anyways, let's jump right into this. I don't want to waste any time because this situation is really unsettling. It really upset me. So let's go into exactly why these companies are receiving money. Let's start off with the LA Lakers. So the LA Lakers recently applied for a PPP loan. And what this is it is the Payment Protection Program, which is designed to help small businesses, not large businesses, small businesses with 500 employees or less, so they can help them with payroll costs, paying utilities, paying rent, and not having to lay off employees. But the LA Lakers are worth $4.4 billion. They're worth over $4 billion, and they got a loan for $4.6 million. $4.6 million to the LA Lakers is nothing. It's like a dollar. That $4.6 million doesn't even cover 8 weeks of LeBron's salary. One of their players' salary, it doesn't cover 8 weeks of it. So what does $4.6 million do for them? So this left me thinking, why did the LA Lakers do this? It's just not adding up. It doesn't make sense. So I looked into it a bit further and I realized that they're eligible to apply for the PPP program. They only have 300 employees and that's all you needed to be able to qualify for this program. So they were going to use their money for payroll costs to pay their employees. They didn't have to lay people off. So I guess that makes sense. The government was like, here's $4.6 million. You don't have to pay it back to us as long as you use it to pay your employees. I mean, who wouldn't take that? It sounds like a good deal to me. So they went ahead, took the money, took $4.6 million. And then this is where the problem starts. So they went under the radar for a little bit. No one realized they took out this money. But then all of a sudden, Steven Mnuchin, the Secretary of the Treasury, realized. He's like, oh, the LA Lakers took out a $4.6 million loan? They're the second richest basketball team in the NBA. This doesn't make sense. They have to give the money back. So he pointed this out in an interview, and this caused a lot of news, a lot of people to get upset. Because a lot of the players on the team alone make more than $4 million a year. So this really upset a lot of people. And that's when the LA Lakers decided, oh, we need to give this money back. Well, according to them, they said that they realized the program was running out of money. So they wanted to give their money back. That's not really why they gave the money back. They gave the money back because people started to realize what they had did, how they took this money out when they're worth billions of dollars and they don't need this $4.6 million. $4.6 million for a multi-billion dollar company is nothing. It doesn't even cover anything. And the same thing happened with Shake Shack and Ruth Chris. They all took out money, but then once people started to realize and it started to get in the news, well then they started to second guess themselves and decide they need to give this money back. So most people might think, well, maybe they just did it for PR. They just applied for the money because they could. You're not just going to apply for the money and receive a loan unless you want to keep the money. It just doesn't make sense. You're not going to apply for money if you don't want to keep it. So they obviously applied for the money in the first place thinking, you know, everyone can apply for this money, so we might as well do it. And no one's going to really notice. It's not going to be a big deal. But it was a big deal, and then that's where they ran into the problems. But what's the good news from this? What's the good news from all of these large companies taking out tens of millions of dollars in forgivable loans when it's supposed to be going to small businesses? Well, the good news is now Steven Mnuchin said any small business loan through the PPP program that is for over $2 million is going to have to be investigated before the money's given out. So they have to make sure that this company actually needs this money, so we don't run into the same problem with these billion-dollar companies, $100 million companies, receiving money that they don't need. Because think about it, $4.6 million really does little to nothing for the LA Lakers, but a $10,000 loan for a small business in your neighborhood is huge. It's huge. And $4.6 million could provide hundreds of small businesses that money. But anyways, I found this information really interesting and just wanted to share it with you guys because it didn't make sense why these companies are taking out money, giving it back, taking out money, giving it back. It just didn't make sense. So I found this very, very interesting. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to check out the links down below for the Power of Finance investing group, as well as the 2 free stocks when you sign up for the Webull investing app, 1 free stock when you sign up for Robinhood. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.